Welcome everyone. Today I'm with two very special individuals, Jess and Brittany. How are you both doing today?
Hi. Good.
And
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate the two of you taking some time to be able to do this today. And honestly, I first want to start off by asking either one of you, what do you feel like was stopping you before getting into the Amazon space?
A couple of things. One of them, I've seen people's successes. I've seen a lot of different routes to take, and none of them seemed right to me. And some of them just didn't. I just didn't know how it would work, even especially in the back end, because branding and different brands being able to resell and like how do you get past that? It just I knew there was something there. I just didn't know how to get there. That was the biggest thing. Mine was just, and it sounds really silly and it's kind of embarrassing to be honest. I literally just thought I would never like it. I'm like, it's too like numbers driven and it's so data driven. But at the same time, I worked in retail for 20 years. Like I know the back end of that business, like the back of my hand, but I allowed that thought to keep me from just even learning enough about it to see if it would be something I'd be interested in. So it's literally that. I just thought I didn't like it, so I didn't pursue it. Yeah.
That's
Turns
that's
out
a
I love
fair
it.
point. Turns out we love it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's a fair point from the both of you, right? It's like you never know how something's going to work out until you actually try.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's sometimes so overwhelming because you get analysis paralysis from all the other business models out there, and you're
Sure.
just like, it's a little bit confusing. But what made you decide to kind of end up joining my program over everybody else's that are out there?
I think there was a couple different things. I mean, Shane, we had connected a couple of years ago, and so we had already built somewhat of a like online relationship in the sense of like I knew who you were and I trusted the program. And it was fun to see you grow and be successful over the last couple of years. So when we started looking into it, we had shopped other coaches. I mean, it wasn't like we didn't go straight to you in the beginning. We actually went to a couple of other places, but I think I know for both of us, there was a lot of guarantees made by other programs that were saying you could make this in 30 days. And I looked at Brett and I was like, I just don't see how that's possible. Like there's so many variables to this business that I don't see how any guarantee could actually be a guarantee. And I think the other thing too, when we went through the interview process with your team, and my thing was, I've been involved in other coaching programs before, and with the one thing, and I create my own coaching programs and my other businesses that I have. So like I know how to run and create a successful coaching business. And one of the things is the mentorship that goes along with that is like priceless. And you guys offer a level of mentorship that I've never seen from any other program. And that's what I was telling Britt. I was like, the value alone and their accessibility and availability to this is like next to nothing. So for sure, that's what kind of tipped us over the edge there. Yeah.
Right? Does that sound about
Absolutely.
accurate?
Yes. I mean, the other ones we looked at, and I also didn't feel like, okay, you sign up, but then what? You guys have a whole system implemented, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. There's calls, there's structure, you need to be doing this every day. And to go into a brand new business not knowing anything, that's really important. And the others, they just were like, oh yeah, you can do this, but how you do it, I don't know, we'll find out. We had a lot of questions. I mean, we came with like a notepad of questions, and
Oh, yeah.
you guys were able to have a really responsible answer for every single one of them, and that's when I was like, okay.
Right.
We feel good about moving forward with this one. Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. I love that. And honestly, like you said, right, the mentorship part is really priceless because it's just allowing us to hold your hand through every single step of the process. And if ever there's something that comes up, if ever there's a question, we're always there and we're always going to be there. And it's not as though we're going to relay you off to somewhere else. It's important for us to be able to have that connection together because it's a personalized business at the end of the day, right? We got to be able to make sure that the two of you, your goals are being met and they're being met in the proper way. Now, when it comes to the two of you being able to scale your store, what do you feel like? What aspect of the program, I guess you touched on it beforehand, what aspect specifically kind of helped you get to the point of where you're at right now?
I think some of it was just confidence too. We had different messages going with team members, and it was like one of the times that we found a product, is this real? Am I seeing this right? No, not quite right. Look at this instead of this.
sorry, that one wasn't real, and then find something else. Yes, that's real. Go ahead and list it. And then that's where the momentum, it was just confidence. It was like, well, I don't know. This doesn't, you just couldn't find the right stuff to begin with. And then having that, once again, mentorship of, no, this is what, yes, this is what you were looking for. So list it and go from there. And then after that, having the confidence and really knowing what you're looking for, that was it. And then it started.
Yeah, I think, the research process is cumbersome and it can be complicated in the beginning. So that process took us a while to like just get into the rhythm of that. But when I tell you, we would not be here if it wasn't the accessibility to our coach and having Isaac like at the ready all the time to be able for us to be like, what about this one? What about this one? And just being able to have him there to say like, yes, no, or yes, and, because if we didn't have that, and I think that's what I want most people to understand, the availability of the answers and support, we would not be here. We would still be like looking up stuff going, I don't know, maybe, because we don't have the yes or no, right? And there's just not, you don't want to go to YouTube every time to try to figure these things out. So the fact that we could have our questions answered within like an hour and quickly move on to something different and learn in the process, like that's what I mean. Like that's what's so invaluable to getting up and started as fast as possible, to have that access to the information.
Definitely. And you both said it perfectly. It's just a matter of building that confidence. And once you have that confidence, like we're always there to catch you if ever something were to come up. If you want to, the green light on a product to be able to make sure it's good to go, we're always going to give you that go ahead, or we're going to tell you, maybe circle back around and maybe try to look at this area and whatnot. Now, when it comes to your biggest accomplishments for your store, what do you both feel like has been the biggest thing that you've been able to achieve so far?
I would say hitting almost $5,000 in first 2 weeks of, listing our first product. I mean, that's, we really were not expecting that at all. Like at all. So for us to like hit that stride really quickly, definitely was a big accomplishment for us, because we just thought we would kind of inch forward slowly, especially because we had a limited amount of capital that we really could start with. Right. And so we didn't want that to deter us. We just wanted to see where it took us, right? And we weren't necessarily prepared to hit that stride that fast. And so we had to pivot a couple of times and figure it out. But I think, and I was just telling Britt the other day, I was like, I am shocked at how much I love this. Like, I look forward to it every day. I love waking up to orders on my phone. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the best feeling in the world. And I'm like, you like just hold yourself for years. You would never like this. And now I'm like, it's our thing. It's our store. Like, we're making money while we sleep. This is ridiculous. Yeah. So I think that's the exciting part, is now we feel the momentum and we know what that feels like. And creating those systems and routines are just now getting to place. But now we feel so good about where her strengths are, where my strengths are, and kind of staying in our lanes in that way. And now we're like, let's go, because now it's like, now we see it. Yeah,
definitely. Absolutely. I love that. Brett, does that cover all the ground there?
It does. Yes. I mean, we were joking about doing a silly photo shoot when we hit 10,000 in sales. I mean,
we found a certain product that, well, I'm not going to say I'm going to give all the credit to Britt. Britt found a certain product that took off within 24 hours, we had our first sale. And then she was able to find similar product, just different brands. And we are now cracking up, because I'm like, that's how we're going to get to our first million. This one particular product that's going to set us to our million. And if we do, we're doing this ridiculous photo shoot with this particular product, because we'll make it at that point. It'd be awesome. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
I love that. And you should most definitely do it. Honestly, you should most definitely.
That's how we are.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The sillier the better.
Absolutely. And now for anybody that might feel as though like they're on the fence about this, they're doubtful, they're worried, they have a little bit of fear about making the investment to actually join into this program, what would you say to them?
All legitimate. I mean, it's a new business, and eventually you'll get confidence, but no, I mean, we did too. We had to think about it. We had to think about, okay, so we need money for this. How do we get money for this? Okay, how do we get continuing, capital for this? So, there's a lot of planning on the backside too, but if you're ready, just not sure, just do it. You'll be just fine. You're in good hands. So, yeah.
I think you can't let that fear of not knowing the business keep you from jumping into something that could be one of the best things you've ever done, right? And I feel like that's why I'm so adamant about sharing that part of why I didn't make that decision for so long, because I let the assumption dictate the decision. And it turns out that I was completely and totally wrong, right? And so the fact that, you offer a program and the interview process, that's also what I loved about that process too. It was more like an interview. You guys are making sure that we were the right fit for the program. And that is, I think, key to making sure that that alignment and that synergy is there to be successful, because you guys are high momentum and we're high momentum. Like, we went into this thinking like, we're doing this because we have to, want to, deserve to make life-changing money, period. And we needed coaches and a team that were like, yeah, let's go. Like, you guys understand it, you're doing it, and you also are ready and ready to toss the baton with us and stay up to speed. There's no way I think Britt and I could do this and not feel like we had someone at our momentum, because time is precious and we've got to make moves fast. So the fact that you guys were like, yeah, let's go. It's like, we're going now, let's go. It was awesome. And I think that's what anyone that's on the fence, I think that's important to recognize, because even though you guys would still take it at whatever pace I think someone is wanting to or needing to take it for their particular business, the fact that you guys know and appreciate and respect the fact that we were out of the gate, we have to do this and do it fast. You and Isaac were right there at the ready, and that's just incredible support. So we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. And, honestly, we felt the same way when you came onto the interview process. Our team alluded to me that these are it. Right? These are exactly the types of individuals that we want to be able to work with. Your goals aligned perfectly, and the two of you complement each other perfectly well. Hence why you've been able to get to the point of where you're at today, right? Which is absolutely nothing but a testament to the types of individuals that the two of you really are. And it's just been an honor being able to coach people like you, because you're high-level executioners. You guys know that, okay, you're told to do this, you're going to do it, and lo and behold, the results follow after, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, awesome.